Alright. Oh, blimey. So yeah, starting a little bit earlier than usual. Only really as I've got to disappear this evening. Alright, so things look like they're behaving themselves. If something doesn't seem right though, as ever, do feel free to nab me. Because it's entirely possible that something might not be working properly. FTL should be up as well. Whether it's actually doing that or not though, is another thing entirely. But yeah, should be behaving itself. Who knows? What was I doing on this? I was going to stream this last night, but then Mixer had that many troubles and God knows what else last night that I just couldn't do anything in the end. So I ended up having to essentially cancel my plans. I didn't end up bother doing anything in game. What was I doing? Oh, wait, I know. Yeah, so this has gone through. So let's stop this. I think it makes sense if I do it in order. 10 minutes isn't bad. I kind of want to... Wow. I kind of want to get this done... Like this bit done anyway, this morning. Oh, well, not this morning, this afternoon, before the dailies reset. That being said, I mean, it's like, I didn't do these yesterday either, so it doesn't matter one way or the other. But... more of the free company will be doing these later. So I can leave these for later. Yeah, looks like stuff's behaving itself. If I cap, what can I afford? It's not gonna need that. Haha. Hey, more Materia 5 selling. Bonus monies. Okay, so the main pieces are 825, so I'm not going to be able to afford them regardless. Could get a secondary piece. Or an accessory. I may end up leaving that anyway. Mainly because I do kind of need to aim for a main piece one way or the other. What have I got for trading actually? So I've got a belt and an arm set. That'll give me the same as this. I could probably do... Yeah, if I end up with one of them, so I can swap them out and actually get some materia on it. So yeah, ideally I could probably just wait for the body piece next week if I'm going to do that. Get the 330 piece. I will have to max it though for this week. Gonna have to keep an eye on that because I'm making my CPU work a little bit today. I've actually turned up the requirements on my CPU just because I wanted to see if it would handle a higher res version of FTL. It seems to be okay so far. I mean, it's only like 60-ish% load on my CPU, so it should be fine. You sound so confident. Quiet though, coming on at this time of day. I may need to keep an eye on the CPU there. It seems to be okay though. If it gets too much, I can always turn it down. It's a little bit early to be queuing for Delta Scape, but yeah. You just gotta believe I'll get a queue pop. Believe. Just realised they've put the Christmas decorations up. That's a touch early. They probably just had one spare and thought they might as well. See if anyone else has moved in. There was only me here for the longest time. I've got neighbours. Let's go say hi. Oh, they put a full partition in just to keep the front separate. Yeah. Get some books, a bedding, bit bed area, some more books, little seating area. This is quite smart. So yeah, they would have removed, because your light tends to be like in a weird place for that, yeah. So it's like this is a little bit more lit than the back area. It works though for it being like a bedroom area. I'm being nosy, I really am. Can we go into yours as well? He's got a few more things in here. Hey, Delta Escape Pop. Be one AFK DPS somewhere. Oh, there we go. Alrighty then, start the ruckus. Ah, good. I never like it if the two don't proc early on. It becomes slightly more problematic. Yaw. Come on. God, they seem to run slow. Cute. That was just a big honking waste of DPS. For shame. Massive waste. Oh, God damn it. How to waste your DPS in Red Mage in 2 easy steps. Yeah, right down the threat list. I didn't even use anything to cancel that out. Grrr. Not good. Oh, ow, crap. That was mean. Stay still! Please! Oh, come on, why did I not trigger then? Oh! Sloppy! There's some punky ass gameplay on the go here. Game, please. Haha. God damn it. I hate it when I have to pump an extra attack into it just to get something I could have done in 2 seconds. Oh, come on. Please don't run out. Get to the door. We're pulling it back, slowly. It was a little bit sloppy at the start, I'm not gonna lie. Well, it was very sloppy, let's be fair. Oops. Engage white. Who's using that? You're burning it, there you go. Like, who's burning all the mana? Link. Down. They weren't exactly ideally timed. I feel sorry for the Astrolugian there. Because we all got the heal from the big AoE, but he didn't take any damage from it at all. Sloppy. Oh, what was that? God damn it. This poor gameplay. Oh, a load of us ran to the same spot. God damn. Yeah, we got through it. Oh, look at that. 95. Lovely. That'll do me fine. I hope it's 2 you need. It would be in a little bit of trouble if it's more than 2. But I think it's 2. Wow, you only needed one? Rip. I so should have checked that beforehand. Doi! Wasted a weekly roll. That's what I get for not checking. Oh dear. Can confirm that was done. Let me go and get this stuff from my retainer. People in the FC are lamenting the fact that you have to use those items for trade-ins. And I was like, well, in fairness, a lot of people were complaining before the expansion that they didn't just want tombstones to trade in. So it's like, you can't have it both ways really, can you? You only have yourself to blame. So yeah, we did V1. Oh wow, the last thing's sold. Let's just go through the list, why not? But yes, streaming at a completely different time today. Just because I'm going out for a meal this evening, so I won't actually be here. Alright, actually. Tell you what, I'll see if anyone from the FC wants to come along. let's see if anyone's actually paying attention. We'll see if anyone wants to come along. Ba-da-bum-bum-ba-dum-bum. The lack of energy is disturbing. Looks like they're not that bothered. Into the V2 queue we go then. Interesting option. I was curious to see what the ah, look, As is doing stuff, hang on. I always enjoy suffering together. Askill's okay though. I think they've run this way more than I have. I'm like passable at it. Now we wait. Rip. I'm sure it won't be long. 11 minutes wait. The pains of a DPS. Mind you, it's not as if the having switched from Astrolugion, it's not as if it's fantastically shorter for healers and tanks anyway. Tanks in Venice is a little bit faster, but for the slightly bigger endgame stuff, it takes time. Doesn't matter who you are, it always takes time. People are still complaining about the final boss fight in the story for Stormblood. In fairness, it only fools people with that if they haven't done a whole lot of like raiding and stuff before you get to that. All the mechanics and things you see in it, pretty much. I don't think there's anything specifically new for it. I'm trying to remember now because I haven't done it in a little while. But there's nothing specifically complex in there. It's just one of those. It's like if you're not used to seeing the mechanics and stuff, then yeah, people will freak out about it. All quiet at Raga's Reach. Yeah, it's kind of funny to see some of this stuff in being shouted out in Raugas though, just because some people are perfectly happy with that fight. And it's generally people who are more used to doing like the in-game content, whereas some of the other people are just like, it's too hard, it's too much. I was gonna say it's a valid complaint, but it isn't. I mean, it's valid that it's harder when you compare it to the rest of the story. I wouldn't say it's like the hardest stuff ever because it's designed to let you complete it. And yeah, I just think it's one of them. You know, you just have to kind of get used to mechanics. Get good. Yeah, I can kind of see how it throws people though, because it's like you play the rest of the story, and everything up to that point is like just it's either cakewalked, where you just beat the crap out of stuff super easy, or it's a set story encounter, so it'll have a set outcome regardless of how you perform anyway. Might change the hair. I've still got 24 of these to burn through, so I may just do that at some point. So the crank. Do I need 2 of those? I should actually check some of this stuff, shouldn't I? Before I go in. Yeah, so I do need 2 of those. This. I need another one of those. Now the crystalloid is for this. Early model tombstone. And the real question is... Oh, never mind. I'll come back to that. I'll come back to that train of thought later. Wow. The declines are real. There's always an AFK DPS. Yay! Are you? Start the ruckus. Why 18 seconds? Just start. Someone just start just to annoy him. He's got an annoying macro. Let's just go. Oh man. It's totally not necessary, but it's the little things that keep you going in this game, really. Wow, we're actually building that quite quick. I'll save off my boost up. Just because of the pace I was building that up. Aha! It's always nice when stuff procs. Probably could have done with saving that for here, in fairness. Oh well. I wasn't paying attention. Aha! I didn't need to use my charge at all there. That was completely overkill and pointless at the same time. Hey, that's better. Aha! Yeah, after the really nice start, the game has decided it doesn't want to give me anything as a proc. Come on! Game, please. Lovely. You can have that. Because you know, I'm kind of like that sometimes. I just realised my buddy went down. Hey, 12. Afternoon, dude. Oh, was I far enough out of that? Oh, please say I was far enough outside of that. I was. Fine. Panic over. Don't panic. Hey, Lagola, hello. Good afternoon. Oh, this is some now very messy gameplay. Never, because I looked over to my chat on the second bar just to see how folks were when they were coming into chat. It's completely destroyed where I was. We're fine. We can recover. We can recover. Don't panic. Oh dear. I mean, in fairness, Red Mage is forgiving as all hell. I really didn't see where that was until almost too late as well. Ay. Yeah, I'm not sure what you guys are watching on, but if you're watching on like either a PC, a tablet, or a phone, which is, to be honest, the majority of what people would end up watching this on, you should be able to use the interactive board. It's got some Final Fantasy stuff on there, along with my various stuff for along with my various stuff for like other stuff as well. Yeah, that. So there's that one. Right, so let's pass on that. Ta-da! Need to do the other ones now, in fairness. But yeah, I'm still messing around with the interactive board because I'm trying to get a nice balance between it having stuff that has useful information on it, as well as just daft things. Some of the more advanced stuff I'm trying to get working on it, yeah, it's just a whole thing. And yeah, some of them work like that, which is the one you've put up on there, and it basically just does chat stuff rather than stream stuff, if that makes sense. So yeah, it's just trying to get different ways to help people out if they need information. But yeah, how are you anyway, buddy? Are you doing good? Yes. This is true. Now, admittedly, and I haven't tried this yet, but with the interactive board, I think there might be a way around it to like actually effectively put them back in, but using the interactive board. I've seen slight variations of it because I can just tell it to put stuff into chats and things. So I'm just wondering if I can do it for images and stuff into chat. Because I can just mess around with it. Admittedly, might not be able to put Kappa in there. I could make it like Scouse Kappa, so you know, add like a big corny afro with the tash. We could get around it that way. If it works. It's the thing with this though at the minute, it's like a lot of it's still kind of like up in the air in terms of what they're building out on here. So it's like some of it in theory should work, but then it's like whether it will or not, I just don't know. And like Microsoft have said they're already like deep into redesigning and adding in additional code libraries and stuff to the interactive board and stuff, so people can actually start doing more and more stuff with it. Yeah, but until I see that, I'm just like, yeah, it is what it is. It's a beta platform anyway, you know. It's good fun though. It's like more that I can, at least for me, because I like to chat with people. It's a lot better for that, just because it's like I don't get any delay between like what you guys put in chat and what I can then reply to. But yeah, the low latency stuff is really cool though. Taxes my computer a little bit more, but not like to the point where it becomes like unstreamable or the game becomes unplayable, something like that. Have a good one, buddy. Have a good one. Man, I haven't touched Elder Scrolls in ages. Like I do own the game, but like I haven't like gone into Elder Scrolls Online for God, it must be like years at this point now. Went in a little bit when it was at launch. Yeah, this is pretty much the only MMO I play these days. It's like I don't need to repair it, but screw it. But yeah, there's only really this I play MMO-wise. You then got Fallout 4 that I've been messing with, just because I like some of the new mods and stuff that have come out for that. The Sim Settlements mod for Fallout 4 is just ridiculous. It's just like SimCity in Fallout. It's like, why not? Yeah, I probably shouldn't really do. I shouldn't really do Deltascape stuff in like the middle of the afternoon when you get like just longer queues because no one wants to queue for it. There's only 4 of our guys online. That's including me. So yeah, with our group, I mean, most of them are only really on in the evenings. So Yakina's going to be leveling. Kirik's leveling. Palace of the Dead. And so is Kuma. Now, admittedly, these guys will probably end up screaming at me to come and help them do roulettes and stuff when it resets in, what, like hour and 20? Hour and 20, give or take. I've just seen your username pop up because I get a notification at my end whenever someone joins the channel. That's a cool name. So would you say that as Magia Donut or Magia Donut? It's either the first or the second one, I would like to think. Either way, welcome. And I swear, I am actually playing the game, I'm just waiting in queues. Yeah, joys of endgame, man. You end up sitting here in queues forever and a day, at least when you're in the afternoon. Yeah. If I was actually doing this evening, because I can't stream this evening because I'm going out for a family meal. But if I was doing this stuff in the evening, I'd just be queuing up with Free Company guys. Just because it's a lot easier. I don't have to sit around and wait. What it'll be then is, yeah, now that Mixer uses Microsoft accounts, it technically pulls it as part of Xbox Live, because people can stream to Mixer direct from the Xbox One. That's what this platform initially was launched through. So with your Microsoft account, if you go onto, I think you can just go onto xbox.com, and if you actually just log in with your Microsoft account there, that'll be where it's probably pulling that from. So it just gives you a random generated name rather than one you can pick yourself. Hello, Celeste. Hello. Oh, the old people popping in. Actually, I can't really say that. I had revenues in here the other day. Yeah, I've just been mezzing in here, but it's a lot of fun. I don't entirely blame you. I've been keeping not so much quiet about this, but I was testing a lot of stuff on here, trying stuff out last week, and yes, it's a lot of fun in here. Just because there's no chat delay for me, so it's like, so long as you're running the low latency version when you're viewing it, I can reply and stuff to you really quickly. It's around about a second delay on PC. If you're on mobile and stuff, it's a bit longer. But yeah, for other stuff, it's super quick. So, I still do like the natter, so having that option where I can actually communicate backward and forward a lot faster is a big win. But yeah, I haven't been obviously streaming in a while, but I saw this... God, when did I see Mixer appear? I think I initially saw it as part of like when... Because Microsoft bought the platform back when it was called Beam. And then Microsoft took it completely internally for a little while, and then like they're now re-rolling stuff out. But yeah, I think I just happened to come across it when I was doing some stuff for where I work now, with the logical increments guys. So yeah, I just happened to see it as part of like, I think like just like a Windows 10 update, because you can stream to it straight from Windows 10 as well. Even though I still use OBS just because it's OBS, come on. OBS is far easier to mess with. But yeah, revenues like just popped in, same sort of idea, just completely out of the blue, as you do. He's around. He was before anyway, not like watching the stream and stuff. Yeah. Well, that was it. I was kind of thinking of going back to Twitch again, but when I was looking at some of the stuff on there, I was like, some of the stuff that was still causing trouble back in 2015. That's how long ago it was. But like, although they've made some improvements to stuff, some of the things that were still causing trouble like 2 years ago are still there. And it's just like, why? And like, admittedly, I mean, this Mixer isn't perfect. I mean, Mixer's still got piles of trouble. But yeah, at least, if nothing else, because Microsoft are keen to develop the platform out, at least they are working on it. Whereas like, I can't necessarily say the same thing for a lot of what Amazon's doing with Twitch. I mean, even the interactive stuff, I mean, some of it right now is a bit basic, because there's still, so the interactive stuff for the stream, with you being on tablet, it'll be laid out a little bit differently, if you are actually watching on your tablet now, I should say. But like, some of that is slightly more on the basic side, because you can only really get it where you can tell it to, if you click on something, it puts stuff in chat or it puts stuff on stream, but you're limited in terms of exactly what they do. But they are rolling out additional like proper full code libraries for it. Yes, that's kind of probably like the big advantage that they do have, like because they do have like the effectively the Amazon side of things. They can kind of integrate things that way a little bit nicer. Now, admittedly, Microsoft are going to start making it possible for people to get that sort of stuff through them. Not like to the same sort of degree as such, at least initially, but like things like Microsoft produce games and stuff like that. They're going to make like discounts available. There's going to be codes and stuff as well. So like for streamers, if they want to give away game codes, Microsoft are going to just make them available for people. So there's lots of crazy stuff like that. And this is how we die. Yeah, I'm going to end up in a little heap in here in a second. And I'm already goop. Because I got caught with the frog. It's like I can't do anything. Thank you, game. I really do hate when I screw up so early. Sounds about right for me though, in fairness. But yeah, they're getting better, but so if nothing else, at least they're willing to work at it. I think that's like the big thing that's different. It's like there's times with Twitch where it's like I just don't see what they're doing. It's like they just don't seem to be developing stuff at times. And it's not like they're not. I mean, admittedly, they will be doing stuff on there, but because the platform's just like so big, they just end up like taking like forever to do any significant changes to it. I like the logic. I wonder if it takes that into account. Because it is meant to be sort of random usernames, but I do wonder if it takes like user location and things like that into... Oh, and I'm dead. Not my fault. Yeah, I do wonder if it takes like for the random. Oh wow, it didn't count on me. Thank God. But yeah, I wonder if it takes like location and things into account when it gives you that or not. I wouldn't be surprised. Mind you, I wonder if that's me putting putting too much on Microsoft to be smart about it. Oh no. But yeah, I've been playing this for a little while now, and I just kind of figured that. Oh, I didn't get back there fast enough. I just kind of figured that as I'm kind of coming back into wanting to try stuff, I just figured I'd try streaming some of this stuff on here. Even though I'm getting bullied on this run, I really am. I'm getting bullied hard. This isn't the absolutely hardest stuff in the game right now, though. It's not a million miles away though. Oh wow, really? Oh, that's stupid. I'm so far behind. Yeah. Catching up. Yay. I ended up going the wrong way there. That sucked. But yeah, these are the standard raid stuff for the current expansion. This is like one step below the hardest stuff in the game right now. So it's relatively tough. I mean, this is the highest stuff I can realistically do with my gear. So, you know, it's relatively hard to play. I'm not saying that as an excuse, honest. It might be an excuse in fairness. It's entirely possible. Oh no! Got back in time. Oh no, maybe not. It separated us all just as that happened. Oh, you sneaky kid. Sneaky, sneaky. Well, I was initially... Oh, I am so dead. Oh no, she hasn't done it yet. That's fine. Yay! But yeah, I had a little look at the start of the year at Star Wars again. Not to actually play it. I just kind of had a look to see like what they'd been making in it. I wasn't too impressed by them saying that they don't. Oh, he almost. Yeah, I'm dead anyway. But that was rough. But yeah, I had a look to see like what they'd been making on it, but they haven't done like any proper end game like since I stopped playing it. And like they'd started saying that they were releasing some of it this year. So yeah, they started doing bosses like this, where it's like a single boss encounter. Okay. Let's need on that. Oh, that's a bit crap. I don't need that. I really want to hope to get this crank, because then I'll have two that I can trade. I need more for the leg gear though. But yeah, they said they were gonna like end up doing like a proper raid, but releasing it a boss at a time like this. But yeah, in like the meantime, this game has just released piles and piles and piles of. I got it anyway. Cool, sweet. I can pass on that. Yes. I got the one thing I was after. But yeah, it's like the difference of it is that for Final Fantasy XIV, they don't just do these by themselves. So it's like if you look at the stuff they released with this expansion, so there's the 4 standard 8-man ones here. There's then, and you see most of this is gear locked out for me. I can't do it because it's too high a gear level for me at the minute. But these are the 4 harder mode versions of that. So there's 4 lots of those as well. Then on top of that, you've got 3 new trials which work in a similar sort of way. So these are 8-man group content that are single bosses. You've then got 2 extreme versions of those. And then on top of that, you've got a load of new dungeons as well. And that's just like the standalone PvE stuff that they added with the expansion, and they keep releasing more of it. So like the Savage stuff, the harder mode stuff, they only released either last week or the week before, something like that. But yeah, it's like it's kind of thing. It's like if you want to do like end game PvE stuff, which was kind of what I was doing with the Old Republic, they do a decent amount of stuff on this. And yeah, does seem adequate. Can confirm. And yeah, that's like even ignoring the fact that it added like 2 new classes. I'm playing one of the new classes now, just because it's so damn good. Right, let me go and grab this item actually. It'll be from these ones down here. But yeah, so it's like they're constantly releasing stuff like every other week for like end game content. Part exchange. Haha. Yes. Yeah. Getting closer. And that's kind of it. It's like it's the difference with like development scale. It's like you go into like the Old Republic and like the stuff they have is nice enough, but it's like if you're someone who wants to play stuff at least on a reasonable regular basis, you're going to just end up being burnt out on the stuff before you even know what's up with it. Have I got enough to get anything else? I can't remember. I actually, I did a similar thing with Green Man Gaming just the other weekend, because they happen to have the, very specifically though, just the season pass for Fallout 4. Because like, I bought Fallout 4 when it actually came out, but just the game. Witcher 3, such a game. I still have that full playthrough that I haven't touched in ages. Like I think there's like 100 and something hours worth on a single playthrough, and I'm still only halfway through it. but that's a 100% completion run. But yeah, I've still got like piles of stuff to do. But with Fallout 4 though, I started playing some more again this last week, just because I got the season pass like stupidly cheap. So I was like, yeah, we're gonna have a couple of streams on that. Why not? I think that's it though for PC. I haven't outside of Stormblood here. I haven't bought like a single outright game as such. In a while, to be honest. Yeah, it's a bit cheeky, cause it's like, especially if you look at like the individual DLC stuff, by themselves, I think like they're anywhere between 5 and I think the most expensive one is like £11 or something. Hey, look, it's a follow. Thank you, buddy. The follow buttons there. Yeah, it's like stuff like even like layout stuff on here is a bit weird. Because yeah, like the follow button's like way up the top of the page. Like, not even particularly handy to find. But yeah, it's like the individual DLCs are, I would probably say, a little bit expensive for what they are. But it's like I've got the season pass for, I think it was like £15 or so. So by it's like getting that, and that basically at this point it unlocked all the DLC for me. I was like, yeah, I can give them £15. You could really do it this popping quickly. But no one's queuing. It's always the same. Doesn't matter what MMO it is. It really doesn't. Would be great if it would actually pop quickly, but yeah. Pains of wanting to actually play a DPS class in an MMO. You're basically, you can sit and wait in queue, thank you very much. I only have myself to blame as well. I actually have a healer. I actually have a decent geared out healer, even though my UI is not set up for this anymore. But yeah, I only have myself to blame because I actually have a really nice healer. So I've got no excuse really. Oh, Blood and Wine's massive. I mean, I haven't even managed to have a full playthrough of that yet. Just because, like, there's that much stuff there. But it's like, I just kind of go off on tangents. But, yeah, the guys over at CD Projekt Red kind of show people, this is how you do proper game design. And we're gonna do this, and the DLC is part of the game. I will say that's kind of one of the handier things of me having it on Steam, because that game has cloud sync on it. So like, even though I haven't played it in a little while, if I wanted to get back in to do stuff on that again, I could just pop straight on in there and carry on where I was. Mind you, it's like I wouldn't know how to play, but ah man, I was kind of debating whether I should go and get myself some coffee, because it's been a long day already today. I don't know why particularly. I've had a bit of a time kind of getting going today. It's like, I need the coffee. And yeah, it's always nice when people go and hang out on here though, because with it being a newer platform as well, there's only a couple of like established streams really on here right now. There's like a lot of people only have like little small setups like this, so it's like you don't always get as many people in. And yes, I am a writer. Well, they technically class us as content editors for it. But yeah, it's like we do a lot of like behind the scenes research and stuff for them, and then also doing like articles for their blog. I do like some of like their bigger guides as well, for some of their releases. So like I did a big performance guide for Stormblood when it came out. It's like a lot of that is like using like their proper benchmark tools and all the rest of it, just to kind of set things out properly. It's a proper professional job and everything. But I also still have free time now. I didn't for a while when I started doing that stuff, because it just like a lot of it was like just all consuming stuff, just trying to get myself up to speed with how they want to do stuff. But now it's like I can kind of have more freedom during my own time. So that's kind of, again, it's like it's another thing of why I'm streaming stuff again on here, just because it's like I have the time to do it on this stuff, so why not? But yeah, we're a nice bunch though. I mean, we very occasionally keep hiring people to add into stuff. Like we very recently had an application to hire another editor and stuff for the team as well. Just because we're trying to like ramp up the amount of stuff we produce. Like I've kind of gotten to the point with it where it's like I can kind of like churn stuff out if I want to. That is true. I mean, it's one of those weird things though. It's like because of how they do stuff, it's like if I wanted to, I could scale down the amount of work that I do, and they wouldn't mind that. So it's like if this happened to take off, then it'd be great. Either way, because you know I wouldn't mind necessarily like doing this quote unquote properly again, rather than doing it for like the shits and giggles aspect of things. But yeah, it's one of those, because like it's either way, it gives me the freedom to do it, you know. So it's like it's not like kind of against it, not exactly the same as what I was doing when I was on Twitch. So if I had the option to do it, oh wow, that hurt. So you know, if this happened to take off, then I'd still have the flexibility to do stuff. So yeah, I'm all about that. Oh, I thought I was outside that. I was looking at their thing instead. Yeah, it's very weird, that sort of thing with streamers, like, and I don't want to say like they feel forced into streaming, because that's not exactly the right way to explain it, but certainly with how Twitch has been, I think a lot of people who get into streaming now kind of see it as a means to an end. Like they'll see that, you know, like the top streamers will like be making all this money, and they'll go, you know, what? I want some of that, and then they'll get frustrated when they don't get that. Or even if they get like a level of like just a level of like viewership or whatever, and like they'll just end up just absolutely resenting the fact that they have it, because like it's not enough for them, whichever way you look at it. Yeah, the stuff on here really reminds me of what like Twitch was like a little bit more earlier on, where it's like a lot more of the people on here are just doing it because they like to stream rather than, you know, they're not doing it as a sort of, I want to do this to become famous and get rich sort of idea or whatever. They're doing it just because they like to stream. So I think it's a lot more of a nicer setup anyway. Yeah. I think again that's kind of what I'm doing with. Oh, I really could have done with the healer healing me there, because I was only on half health. Half health when I marked as well. But yeah, it's like for, and you know, you'll still get it to a point anyway, where it's like you'll still get some people, like especially with this being a newer platform as well, you will get some people who will just still think they can just come in here and be like super successful and that'll be it. But yeah, at the same time, I've seen a lot more people who, you know, regardless of the game, are just doing it just because they enjoy it, which is far better. Whoop. Get out of the way of that guy. So yeah, you know, it's a lot much a lot much more of a friendly streaming setup with a lot of people these days on here. Oh, bugger! I thought I was going to get out the way of that in time. Not quite. God damn it! It wasn't too bad, thank God. Oh boy! I'm once again showing some world-class gameplay here. You know, I'm always known for my high level of skill when I play. Deary me. But yeah, it's a lot nicer. I mean, like, especially when you get like people like just randomly coming into streams and stuff. You don't get like as much in the way of like the obnoxious stuff. So yeah, it's a much nicer system. Now you know, I say that, and you know, in fairness, that might change in the future. It might end up being like a similar situation as Twitch, where it's like it builds up and it becomes like it's so big that it just attracts all kinds. But yeah, because it's a smaller platform, a lot of people don't see, like, a lot of those who would have that sort of attitude don't see the point in coming here. So yeah, it is helping to actually develop more of a community feel anyway. That and their developer team actually talks to you as well. I was talking with their developers for like 2 hours yesterday, just for some little bits and pieces. Nothing like major. Just like talking about what I've been like messing around and testing on here. But you know, it's like they actually take the time to talk to you. I'm running out of mana. We need to kill this guy. Like, wow, we can. He's got no health left. But yeah, could just do with dying now. Just gotta wait for him to spawn in and he should be dead. Yeah, man. And yeah, that's kind of it. I mean, I think like at least right now, because it's not like absolutely huge, like their biggest channel on here is a streaming music channel. I don't really need any of these. I'll see if I can get the spring. Oh, no, never mind. Try for that. No, don't need you. Don't need you. Let's see if I can get. Didn't get the pet either. Oh no, we're still waiting on someone to roll for that. Are you just leaving? Are you not after this? Yeah, I got the pet. Yeah, I do want to, for the co-op stuff, I do want to see if any people from our free companies, like so when we do group content together, I want to try and get them all streaming it. Because you can, at least for the main co-op pages before it gets like too convoluted, you can have 4 people in a co-op. So that works perfectly with like the standard stuff on this being 4-man groups. So it's like you could have everyone all on the one thing and you could just flick between the different perspectives of it. But yeah, they've got a lot of interesting ideas. There's like the co-op stuff, the interactive stuff. This all syncs in with Discord and stuff as well automatically. So like things like, although like we're chatting through here on Mixer directly, anything that gets put in chat on Mixer gets mirrored over onto like the little baby Discord channel I have. So like there's stuff like that, where it's like they're trying to integrate a lot of different things and try a lot of different sort of things to give like both viewers and streamers more stuff to try out. Very clever, actually. There's a lot of very clever technical stuff going on behind the scenes. Yeah, syncing can be a little bit rough if people can't use... Like, I'm using the FTL version of Mixer here, which is, I mean, well, the title they call it is faster than Lite, so FTL. But it's essentially like their low latency streaming codec. Now, not everyone can use that, in the sense that depending on what version of things like OBS you're trying to use, how you're streaming off things like the Xbox One and stuff, you won't necessarily get the low latency option. So if you don't have that, then the delay on stream, although it's relatively clean and quite quick, it's still the same sort of delay as what you get on Twitch. Sorry, I'm going to just see what this guy looks like. So many minions! Where is he? Oh, he's such a little cutie, and he just tried to kill us. Oh, that's quite neat. Yeah, I don't collect the minions so much in this. Most of the ones I have are from either like the story stuff or pre-orders and things. Not so much. I mean, well, the minions will very much act more like pets. So, like, that's essentially all they are. They just kind of sit there. They have animations and stuff with them, and they'll follow you around. But like, that's kind of all they do. Yeah, pretty much pets. The oh, I've got it in the stable still. Hang on. I need to go and get him out of here. You only get one that works in a similar way to a companion, which is your chocobo. Let's tend to my chocobo. Fetch. Okay, I need to go back to where we were. Actually, let's just go to a random place. They've got to make themselves sound unique one way or the other, you know. If they all had the same name, where'd the fun be in that? So yeah, you can have a chocobo companion. So your chocobo will fight alongside you if you so wish. That's a relatively low level unlock. I think it's like either, I want to say like level 20. So it's like you get it like relatively early on. But yeah, you can still do they basically level up and stuff as well, so that you can set them out like different skills and stuff as either an attacker, a healer, or a tank. So you can kind of set them up differently. You can change their appearance if you so wish. I've got a few different appearance stuff on here, but not a lot really. So yeah, you can change some of this around. You know, just to change the overall look and stuff of them. There's different ones you can craft and stuff as well for this, but again, it's not something I use too much. I use it a little bit like if you're actually bothering to level and things. But yeah, I very rarely just have my chocobo out for the hell of it. It's usually very rarely needed. It's there though. It's on my hotbar in case I want to use it. What stuff haven't I done? If I've got 200, I'm gonna have to get another 410. I'm not gonna be able to get that much more in the way of high level items this week. I'm screwed. I can do one more run of Delta Escape 4 because I've only got one of 2 items on that. I've got that one, did that one. I'll queue for 4 again. See if I can get the another piece from there. The companions do fight with you. It's much... The reason why they give you at like at low level is like it's a lot handier when you're leveling up in the game. It's like you don't really use them at end game. Yeah, minions just accompany you as pets. We see, look, I can even make it even more confusing for you. If I go... let's go back to the... I'll go back to my company estate. Because, effectively, like, our guild's big house. I'm gonna confuse you even more now. So, the Chocobo Companion is one that will fight with you. Then for gathering and things, you can do this as well. I actually just reset this the other day because I want to get my retainers leveled differently. So, you have retainers, which are the ones that will normally, at least for the vast majority of people, they will only really use them to sell items. And so you need the retainers if you actually want to sell anything in the game, because they will sell it for you. Now, where it gets a little bit more complicated is if you wanted to, you can actually give the retainers a class to level up in. So if I wanted to, I could say, well, for this person, if I wanted them to level up and get myself some various bits and pieces, I could tell them to be an archer, and then they'd be able to go out on missions. So I haven't actually got any gear to equip her with, but the gear equip works exactly the same way as my gear equip stuff is in here. So you can equip them with gear and stuff as well, and it'll tell you what they level up to. So my retainer here would be able to level up to 60 on Archer, and I'd be able to put gear and stuff on these guys, and when I send them off on missions, they would then be able to go and get me various bits and pieces that I would use for crafting if I so wanted to craft. So they would be generally like gathering you materials and stuff like that to use for crafting. You'd still do crafting by yourself though. You can still do gathering by yourself as well. It's just the retainers are like an automatic thing you can send them off on and do stuff. There's a lot of stuff like that I haven't really bothered with. With being like more of a end game sort of player, I haven't really touched like a lot of the crafting and gathering side of stuff. So it's like on this. So like this is like all like the different like combat classes and stuff. So for a lot of them I'd be messing around with them. But yeah, for the actual either the Disciple of Land stuff, which is the gathering side of things. So you got like your miners, the botanists and fishers, and then Disciples of Hand, which are the crafters. I've got like one up to level 50, and that's about it. But yeah, I do need to do that at some point. It's like on my list of many, many things to do. And yeah, they'll just have when you send them on a quest to do something, it will like have a timer to complete. So it's like you can just send them off and they'll do stuff by themselves. That's the point. I wonder if one of our fearless leaders has actually updated what we have here. I wasn't playing over the weekend, so I do need to check to see if they've actually put anything else in the house. Shark in a tank. Looks like we've got a bath set up. Yeah, some of the terminology can be not so much. I don't want to say like outright confusing, but there's some stuff where if you try and think too much into like the wording of some stuff, it's like if you've never played a lot of Final Fantasy stuff, it can seem confusing as all hell. Because especially like for a lot of the side stuff like that, they don't explain it in too much detail because it's classed as like not as critical as like the core game. So it's like they've still got it, but it's kind of left there for a do this if you want to kind of get more bits out of the game sort of thing. So they leave a lot of it kind of up in the air. Ooh, shiny. It's the reason why that's been turned on. Someone probably really likes the look of it. But yeah, the stuff like that though, it's like they have like pop-ups and stuff for it in game as well. But as what happens with most pop-ups, because it's not a required thing for you to either read or be aware of, you will just get a situation where people just go, "No, that's not important," and like they'll just close it, but it never prompts you for it again. So like a lot of that sort of stuff is just, if you didn't read it at the time, you'll end up just not really knowing about it. Yeah, it is pretty much like rule 1. If it's just text and it's not required, it's like, yeah, just X, close. It's like, just get rid. Oh, Sinister's here. Hello, buddy. Let me put my chocobo back here. Yoink. So yeah, I'll leave him there. Same sort of logic, just yeah, get rid. Sinister, buddy, I've always told you. You've gotta be fresh. You've gotta be fresh, man. Oh yeah, Sinister, I fixed the low latency thing on here as well, properly this time. The low latency actually works properly now. We were trying to get it to work yesterday and it was just misbehaving. Yeah. It's like, it's all nice and quick, I can respond to people. Nice when it all works, man. Right. Let us begin. I always do. Don't worry about it. I'll probably be swearing at the screen in a minute, but for now, you're not gonna miss too much. It's a different thing. I mean, I've had some people who they just don't expect a quick response from the person who they're watching on stream, and like they genuinely feel weird about the fact that I can reply within a second. Yeah, I don't know if you could class it as good old Twitch delay. You have got a point there. Oh look, that one move again. I need to move faster. And yes, can confirm, weird is good. But yeah, I have had, like, again, it's the same sort of thing as, because I do have folks who have been coming back in, who used to watch me on Twitch. It's like, they know that I talk, but at the same time they don't they don't expect a quick reply. So it has been freaking some people out. Yeah, it's quite interesting for games when they do have the full interactive options. Now, it doesn't work with the modded versions of things like Minecraft, but there are games like Minecraft out there that have full interactive integration to them. Oh crap. I'm gonna die again unless the healer heals me. Oh. That was so close to me dying. But yeah, it's like some of it, the interactive stuff, especially like for those sorts of games, it allows you to like spawn mobs and stuff on people. It's ridiculous. Just an excuse to type faster. Must type faster. Admittedly, if I'm in the middle of a fight, I might miss it anyway. So there is the possibility of missing stuff. The only problem I do see with the like the integrated version of Minecraft is I can see it being abused to all hell. You know? It's like someone will see that and go, oh, I can just keep spawning stuff on them, or I can just keep doing this and that. And it's, I mean, admittedly, you can, just like the soundboard and stuff on here now, it's like you can do, you can put like delays and stuff on it. So there is stuff like that. At least for stuff like that, I could see people trolling that like nothing on earth. But it's like my stuff. I mean, it's my individual sounds and stuff don't actually have a huge value to them in terms of like sparks, but I've put like the delays on them. Ooh, my mic just screwed up there, sorry. But yeah, you'll get some people. Yeah, it's like if you if you leave the option there for some people just won't be able to resist that option. And yeah, you know, it is what it is, but at least you can at least as the streamer, I have control over that, you know? Oh, I was so close to that edge. That other DPS was not so lucky. I almost got wiped out by that. They were not far behind, actually. I don't think I've done it on this one yet. I did it on Titan. Just because it's a smaller, just with it being a smaller setup. With it like being like the decreasing level area. But yeah, with this, it's not too bad so long as the tank keeps the keeps the boss more or less in the middle. It's usually okay. I say usually very very generally there. There are exceptions. Could do with one of our melee DPS doing the... oh, they are. Just as I say it, they go to do the limit break. Handy. The minion from this fight, I just got it in the last one. I've only... because it was the minion, it only counted as a minor drop for here. So I can still roll on a part in here. But I got it in, I literally just ran this before you turned up. Okay, not gonna lie, backflipping into what was essentially an abyss then was a little bit freaky. Oh crap, I thought I had one more point than that. Oh, dodgy math. For Palace of the Dead? God knows. I haven't been in it. I haven't been in that in a while. In fairness, I think I've only ever bothered doing like floors 1 to 100. I don't think I've bothered doing anything more. I can go look after this though. Hey. Yeah. So yeah, I got that, buddy. I only really need to either roll on the shaft or the spring, because I got the crank trade in just before. So let's 2. GG. Thanks game. Son of a. I should have actually just rolled need on the thing, but I could do with running that again at some point. Yeah, it goes like to, I think like, is it 200? Blade and Soul. They, as much as I did quite like the boobs fest that was Blade and Soul, reading back up in chat there, they just kind of, for one, they slowed down development on it, and for two, it ended up becoming very, very pay to win, and I haven't looked back at it in a long time. RIP. But yeah, they, and again, mainly because that is a very Japanese game, and they just pretty much translate stuff with the English clients. They've put even more of the store stuff into the game, and they, for the vast majority of the stuff coming out for the like English version translations and stuff, or should I say like the Western client is what they classed it as. A lot of that is just, there's just loads of pay to win stuff, so it's like you can get like even more of like the in-game credits and stuff, and you can just pile it into getting like the top end gear and all the rest of it, and like they've made it so ridiculous now. It's like, realistically, it's like at this point, and again, it's like I was looking at it before coming into this stuff, but for the most part, you can only really get up to the current level if you dump money into the game, and it's just like, why? And you know, clearly they must make money on it because it's still out, and they still like put out the odd dungeon and stuff every now and then, but yeah, it's like unless it's like something that's been in development for a very long time, the vast majority of their like regular updates is all store stuff. Let's let's have a look at this. I think I've only got like the floor 100 clear. I don't think I've got anything higher. Yeah. So floor 50 and floor 100. And I haven't done much in the way of solo stuff. The only time I've been in here for solo, you can see like this stuff. So the only time I've ever done this sort of thing is if I've been testing rotations out. I never actually go in and do solo clears. I might do it at some point, but yeah, I don't care about the individual score stuff. And yeah, at some point on this, I think I did for the Astrolugian one. Yeah, it would have been for, and I've got like the other ones as well. I've got the Machinists and my Paladins one as well. So I got those at some point in the time. But my Astro one was the last one I got from there. So it's like I always end up trading stuff through. Because I'm a sucker. I need to tidy all these up at some point as well. See all this? I've just got like piles of this. I sorted up until the leg slot. But the rest of it I need to just clear out. Anything I don't want to keep. That's a sort of problem that I can deal with at the weekend when I'm doing nothing else. Possibly. I mean, admittedly, with having that strength on there, it'd be enough for floor 51 to 60 if I was just spamming the crap out of that anyway. But yeah, I try and stay away from House of the Dead because it breaks my will to live when I'm in there because it's just so damn dull. it's just really slow. I could run that again and try and get a second item from it, but I really don't want to, because the dailies are about to reset. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go grab a drink, so I shall be right back. I've got time before the daily resets, basically. I should sort items out. I really should. I'll only be able to get like one of two anyway. It won't be enough for another trade in. I've got two of those, but I can't get another one of those yet. I don't need that because I've got the belt piece now. So realistically, I don't need anything like that. I suppose I could get like bolts at some point for an accessory. Bolt would be handy, but then it's whatever else drops. The elevator music. I need to find what I did with that. When I was looking for stuff for this, I was trying to find some of like my old stuff, and I can't find what I'd done with that elevator music. Like I must have put it somewhere, but the only thing I can think of is one of my external hard drives that I used to have. It failed last month, and I'm having a nightmare trying to get stuff off it. So it might have been on that. But yeah, it used to be a handy way to say I was going away for a moment. Anyway, I'll be back in a sec. Sorry about that. My dog just clean out distracted me then. Yeah, good old Murphy. He's 6.5 now. He's starting to get on a little. Still a big softie, mind you. Pseudo Sinister, this is how you know that I talk about my dog too much at times, when you get someone who knew me from back when I streamed on Twitch, who comes over and instantly knows the name of the dog without any prompting. And yeah, it's not that old really. Alright, let's have any more people actually logged in yet? No one's bothered to turn up yet. I mean, in fairness, it's still the afternoon, but I wonder if I can get any of these guys' attention to come and do some roulettes. Realistically, though, they're all leveling their low-level ones. I'm only gonna be able to do the leveling roulette with them. Well, leveling and trials, I suppose. Oh man, it's gonna end up dumping me in a really long queue. Again. The pains of the DPS queue. I don't think you can put that on like an official form, can you? If you ever need to like claim extra credit. Like, sorry, I was watching the streamer. Yeah, I was going to get coffee. It's a requirement. Coffee is good. They might just allow it. It's like, that seems like something strange. I should allow them this credit option. Yeah, man. You always need more coffee. There can never be enough coffee. That was one of the things I don't do as many hours streaming on here so much. Although, like, saying that, it's like, what's my total? Let's have a look. I say this, and I've been on for a while today. I'm already like nearly 2.5 hours in. So it's not as if I haven't been on for a little while today already, but like realistically my normal streaming hours are going to be at most 6 hours a day, which compared to some of the times I was doing on Twitch is relatively calm. It's not quite as hardcore as what I was doing on Twitch back in the day. Mind you, it did get to a point where it's like, it wasn't exactly killing me, but it was wearing me down. It got pretty rough. So it's a bit more chill normally. But yeah, I just started streaming a little bit earlier this afternoon just because I'm going out for a meal this evening. So I won't be on this evening, so I was like, I'll just start streaming early. Screw it. Okay, let's see if any of these guys want to come along on this. Well, yeah, it'll be no afternoon for you. It'll be no evening for me. With it being the afternoon for me now. But yeah, for your time, yeah, it would be no afternoon. What I'd really like to do in this, because the The in-game shows like local time for me, which is quite handy for that. But the other thing I'd like to do is I'd like it if it would give you an option to set this to a different time as well. Because it shows the local time, which is the same as the server time, because I'm on an EU server. So it's like they're both on the same thing, but then the Aeorsian time obviously runs at a faster schedule to cope with the day-night cycle in game. But I'd just like some extra option for a different time input on there. Yeah, you and your crazy East Coast. What is this nonsense? Okay, we have a healer. That's what Asher is at the minute. They're leveling up a healer. We'll see if either the other two want to come. It'll be quite a fast pop though with them as a healer. Kirik looks like he's just busy in Palace of the Dead, so with him being a DPS, he's probably just grinding the crap out of it. Well, that was kind of the little bit I was doing last week, where I had like the morning, the afternoon and the evening stream for my time. A lot of that was kind of seeing what sort of random people you'd have pop in, and like the morning stuff, there'd just be nobody. So I was like, well, I don't need to stream that early then. And then it was just like, well, we can do this little chunk in the afternoon and then a chunk in the evening, and it all works out. Oh, they're busy. Fine. We shall, we'll have to leave them to it. Right, let's see if they have a preference. But yeah, stuff like this, where it's like, I do try and make a conscious effort, even when it's like the middle of the day, to involve my free company people who are online into like doing like different content and stuff. And my next sort of escalation of this would be to try and get people to just pop in to do co-op stuff when we're doing dungeons and things, just so you can get that quick like different perspective stuff for the same group running through the content. I have grand plans, probably of which will never work. Yeah, look how much quicker it is whenever you have a tank or a healer. It's like, yeah. But yeah, the 11 plus minutes on DPS is probably about as short as it gets. Well, mind you, I have seen around about like 7 or so minutes. So yeah, Sinister hosting. Thank you, buddy. And you use the fanfare button as well.
Yes.
It's gonna end up being just used by you. You know that, don't you? No one else is gonna bother using it. But yeah, with who's this on? He is marked on the tank. He's just hitting at range. Some of it's very obtuse. Some of it depends on if you watch certain people online and stuff like that. It's like some of the references just wouldn't necessarily get picked up on. But yeah, the goddammit one is that's a Rooster Teeth one. And yeah, like a lot of the stuff I've got on there is just very much a case of some of the ones I've just put on there for the hell of it. Just to like let people try different ones out. There's also something you can't even pick yet. Because I do actually have a secondary board that only I have access to. That no one else has access to. Like... Wow, that actually came out really quiet. Never mind. But yeah, I do like the fact that they give you the, you get like the option for like a secondary board. You can actually set multiples though. You can do stuff where, like if you want different ones for like, if you ended up being like a partner on here, and you wanted ones just for like people who sub to you and stuff, you can set like unique subscriber buttons only and stuff like that. There's loads of stuff, but it's like half of it I can't even show at the minute. And yeah, a lot of it's, I mean, especially like some of the stuff I've got, it's very general sort of setup at the minute. But yeah, if you search for, oh hang on, if you search for Firebot is the one that's doing it all for me. So that's the thing that does all the legwork anyway. But yeah, it was a nightmare getting the like even this bit set up how I wanted it, and that was like admittedly a lot of that was down to the way I've got the board set up now. There's enough on there where it will allow like people who are watching on different platforms. So regardless of like if you're watching it on tablet or phone or stuff, they can all still use the same buttons. They do have a different layout on them, mind you, but they all have the same. People all get the same function, thankfully. So like for stuff like that, it's like trying to have enough different types on there to keep things varied, while at the same time not having too much where you can't fit it on like the smaller area for if people are watching like on mobile and stuff. It's very particular. The smaller layouts are just there needs to be a nicer way to sort out layouts basically. And I would really like it if they would give you the option to adjust fonts and stuff a lot more than what it is right now anyway. Yeah, it's a lot of fun though, because it gives you, for each button on Firebot, you can set like multiple options for it. So with the soundboard ones, for most of those, not all of them, but most of them have the actual, there's a sound that plays, but then there's also an associated image or GIF that appears on screen as well. And that tends to be, it tends to like pop down here in the bottom right corner of the screen. Wow, that's so quiet. Yeah, the secondary board doesn't seem to have any volume associated with it whatsoever. I'm finding out. It seems to be coming across very quiet. But yeah, you can really mess with it. It even, if you'd rather have like videos pop up and stuff as well though, it'll let you do video and stuff. So you can even get it to play like YouTube videos or like videos of your own stuff and things. So yeah, there's loads. Even though like it's not as, I mean, it's not as fancy as what you could potentially do once they allow you to like code anything you damn well want to. Even right now, it's in a pretty nice spell. Rejoice! Huh? Do you get that? What do you mean by that, dude? Yeah, I've got them, at least for these ones, I've got them at least right now, because there's not that many people here. So I have each of the buttons on individual cooldowns instead. I could put them on a global if I wanted to. I mean, and realistically some people could just spam it, but then some of them have like long cooldowns on them anyway, so it's fine. So I just noticed it following me. Deary me. But yeah. You can set it for global cooldown. I just haven't, just because it's not super busy. Plus, even if, let's say, like if a group of just random people came in and tried to start spamming it, there's literally just a button I can turn it off. I don't even have to load anything up. It's just sitting there on my screen waiting. Hope for the best, plan for the worst. Yeah, with Firebot you can adjust the volumes of everything. So you can go... It has like a middle ground, which is basically whatever the default volume is, of like whatever you put in there. And then you can increase or decrease from there. It's pretty good though. I mean, it's got a lot of different options in it. And yeah, it's got like all the things like if you do want to set like different stuff for, and it's not just subs, mind you. It's like if you wanted to do it for, say, like different viewer types and stuff, you can do. So I think unless I'm very much mistaken, I have to go and like, double check the viewer group stuff now, but I think you can set it to have different groups based off of viewer time as well. I think so anyway. Hang on. Viewer groups, new group. Group name. So I can actually manually I can manually add people into groups as well. So yeah, I could literally just manually add people in as well. So yeah, if I just wanted a let's just say if I wanted a group of just regular viewers, I could just like create my own group of regular viewers on there and give the regular viewers different stuff as well. It's got a lot of stuff. A lot of it I haven't really touched yet, but there's a lot there. It took like 3 minutes to pop up. That's interesting. It might have been, you know, because I'd tabbed into a different section of the bot, it might have like not been tracking the board interactions properly. Unless it is actually running delays on stuff, and it's just not showing me properly. I mean, some of the chat stuff is very misbehaving since last night. I mean, like, it's one of those where it's like, it sort of works, but it doesn't at the same time. I was actually, I was talking with some of the Mixer devs last night, you know, because some of them were hanging out during the dev game conference thing that was going on. And they weren't too happy about the fact that because they had server issues, their big game developer conference for ages was being streamed out. I think it was like 240p at one point was the only resolution they could get out of there. They fixed it by the end of it, mind you. I think it was... I watched it until around about 1 o'clock in the morning here, when it was just like, it's too late now. And, yeah, it took them a while to properly fix that up. He got there, though. Oh, I charged in just as he was doing that. Nah, dude, there's nothing wrong in clicking stuff like crazy. It's all shiny and new, so why not? Yeah, it is one of those things where it's if they have server load, like, just stuff stops working. That's actually when I was going to stream, because I was planning on streaming this last night, and when I was getting ready to set stuff up on there, it was an absolute nightmare setup, because it was just I always load up like the bots and stuff first. You know, just primarily just to make sure that the bots are working. And I was clicking the connect option for the bot, so it would turn on the interactive stuff. And it just kept timing out, and I was like, that's not... It wasn't doing that this morning. It doesn't seem right at all. So like that was like the first inkling I got that stuff wasn't working. So I was like, right, I need to go and have a look, this, like, actually on Mixer to see if there's anything up. And there's like, I just couldn't log into anything. So it was like, chat wasn't loading, or I couldn't even log in to check my status stuff out. I was like, well, I'm assuming something catastrophic has gone wrong. And yeah, sure enough, when I checked on... It's like when I was checking on like Twitter and stuff, just everything just stopped working. And they're like, yeah, it's like, we're working on it, but it could be a while. But you know, it happens. I mean, hell, Switch still has trouble with stuff like that. And they've got an established platform at this point. You know? It's not as if it doesn't happen with different streaming platforms. I always like this boss, maybe because it's the first one where people start screwing up if they don't follow what is very simple mechanics. It's good fun. Ah, see stuff like this where it's like you need to move it, and oh no, he kept moving. Good. I was about to say, like so many people before him, the tank didn't move him far enough out of the pools, but he did. It's disturbingly common though, but it's like the fight takes twice as long. Whoop. But yeah, the fight would have taken like twice as long just because people don't pull him out of the acid. Happens way too often. Now, admittedly, we are running out of space. It's gonna get a little bit cozy back here. Oh boy, I'm going to run this way. He's dead anyway, but it's Mr. Quizzy. Hello. Good afternoon. See, I like this stuff where it's like the game, like not the game, the chat's now set up where it tells me when people appear. Hey, and thank you for the follow as well, buddy. Yeah. Let's see if Ashe needs to do anything else. Ah, is it Sinister's fault, is it? Sinister's alright. I'll allow it. No lurking anymore. Ashe is disappearing to the gold saucer. I shall lead them to it. I do actually need to... I've got that many new cards recently, I do need to update my decks for Triple Triad at some point. I haven't touched them in so long. I do need to sort it. Oh, the coffee's going down the treat. Need the coffee. Right. Like, which stuff will actually be quick? Yeah. Behold, still a 9-minute queue. Rip.
Sloppy.
Sloppy. Ah. I mean, in fairness, I mean, that's kind of part of the fun thing with streaming, but I think it's a lot of it's down to there's not like as massive a time gap between like East Coast US and Europe. It's not like that drastic though. It's like back when I had like, God, I think like the highest stream I ever had on Twitch was like 1,200 people, I think was the peak. And even with that, I think I maybe could count the number of West Coast US people who used to watch on one hand, realistically. Whenever I went into like the metric stuff to check, the cutoff would be you'd get like a couple of people, like sort of central US, but yeah, there'd be a very significant drop off at like that 5-6 hour point. So yeah, you'd have like central stuff, then East Coast, then you'd just have all sorts of different European groups. You get a few Russians, not too many though. But yeah, like Europeans from here, there, and everywhere. But yeah, I think it's a lot of it just comes down to when people happen to be around. I mean, a lot of the US stuff is kind of similar to what you were saying before, like a lot of it, for like if I'm doing stuff in the afternoon, you'll get like US folks popping in when they're waking up. I saw a notification for you, pretty much when I got back from walking my dog this morning. And it must have been, it was like when you were doing a test, I think. I can't remember what exactly it flagged as. I think it was like test stream or something you had. And I think that must have been like 10 o'clock my time. It was something early this morning for me. The mornings tend to be, wow, my phone just vibrated halfway across my desk. Like my mornings tend to be walking the dog, then do actual work. So like doing like actual work that I need to do. So getting some of like my articles either planned or pre-approved for stuff. We've got to. There's some of the new AMD stuff is quietly being worked on, so I had to do some stuff for that. So that was like this morning stuff, and then it's like yeah, just end up getting ready to stream and that. Yeah, Restream doesn't work so well unless you actually go for the paid version of it. Way back in the day, they gave me a free setup on it to try it out. Celeste might remember this actually, because I was using it to test on things like Hitbox and stuff back in the day. Which, rest in peace Hitbox, by the way. No longer even called Hitbox. Smash Stream, I think it's called now. Or Smash something. But their free version of that, because it's essentially the way it works is they have like a separate ingest server. So it's like it ingests to them and then they feed it out to the different sources. And the free version doesn't work particularly well at all. It seems to have like horrendous latency, and it just doesn't seem to show a particularly nice quality compared to if you're just streaming out to a platform directly. Now, admittedly, if you use one of their paid options, they give you things like dedicated ingests and stuff like that, so that you're not having to wait for like a general open source thing, and it's much better for that. But yeah, it's not particularly ideal. But yeah, I tried that just to because I did it at the same time I was trying out Hitbox, because a couple of people were getting annoyed with Twitch then as well, and so I was like, well, you know, I might as well kill like two birds with one stone sort of thing. And yeah, it just frustrated the crap out of me. But yeah, I can't remember what they renamed it to. Let me see. Let me... Smashcast. That's what it is. Yeah, so Hitbox is basically just Smashcast now. So God knows who decided that. But yeah, they made such an effort to be branded themselves as Hitbox for so long as well, and they spent a fortune on that. Like, especially like around about like 2014, 2015, they spent a fortune on marketing that name. Yeah, Sinister, there's a fair few. I mean, admittedly, it's like a lot of it won't pick up. I mean, you know, YouTube have tried to do their own live streaming stuff, and it works, the YouTube stuff, but there's just... YouTube is so much of a playback sort of setup with a lot of the viewers, rather than people who like to watch stuff live. So you don't get as many people watching like the live content on YouTube, really. So it's like that never really took off, and that's even with like the architecture that YouTube has, you know. So that's why Twitch has always been the most popular one. Now, the main difference that you do get with Mixer, though, is because it is Microsoft stuff, and they've kind of already shown this with things like Xbox One stuff, and also like with the Windows 10 update they did. It's like they can integrate it into everything. So, you know, stuff like that you will start to see going forward a very clever sort of setup by them. So yeah, it's like it might not become as popular, but the fact that they have it all built in, they have a lot of like extra things going for them in that regard. Yeah, I think kind of. No. Let me. Oh, for God's sake, I need that. Don't just, you know, it'll be really nice. Guys, let me hit one that I need. Stop it. People just spam it without realizing it. God damn it. It's annoying. But yeah, it's forced in a very general sense. In that it's like they could force it in there, but not in like the same sort of way. And they're being very careful with it these days. I mean, it's like admittedly now you have to have a Microsoft account to run stuff on here. Or at least if you're a new setup for Mixer anyway. If you were around before the time, before like the time that Microsoft started integrating more stuff into it, then you don't have to. But yeah, it's like it was the same for me. It's like I technically have a new Xbox Live account associated with this, just because I wanted the name. But yeah, it's very funny for things like that. But yeah, they're being very careful not to force it on people though. I think they have actually started to learn their mistakes from forcing too much of stuff on people. So it's like, although you have to use a Microsoft account now, with it being like one of their platform services, so to speak, they still don't force you to make it where it's like, for example, the very bad thing for them to do would be to make this the only way you could stream on, say, Windows 10 or the Xbox One, for example. Doing something like that would be very bad for them. So it's like, at least they didn't do stuff like that. But as for the rest of it, I think it's going to be a case of, and like the actual Mixer devs have been good about this, in that they want to make the platform work on its own merits. So, oh crap. So, you know, if it's not going to work, so to speak, then they do want it to be a platform that like grows because it's got good features rather than, you know, because the Microsoft overlords decree that it needs it, you know. I think it's, I mean, possibly, but I mean, as dodgy as some of the Microsoft stuff has been in the past, I would say for content stuff, they would potentially put themselves in a very, very bad situation if they did things like that, where it's like they actively removed stuff from the platform. I don't think they will, but at the same time, it wouldn't necessarily surprise me either. I've got no health. Go, gadget healer. Tank. Rip. Why have we... It's gonna wipe the group because the tanks aren't taking the damage. Guys. You're gonna wipe the group. All the DPS are down, there's one healer left up and two of the tanks. Tanks, look, you're ignoring the things that you're meant to help with. Jesus Christ. We'll wait. That was interesting. I haven't seen people mess that up quite like that in a long time. I saw that sort of thing happens, usually at least, only when you get like sort of new content in the game. So like the last time I saw people really screwing this up was like way back when this first came out. But you know, it happens. You get like newer people coming in and stuff. Or you just get people who don't know how to play their role. It's the same difference really. Oh boy. That was... sloppy. Sloppy. I am gonna give one to the healers there. Because the poor healers, they were given a bad time there. That was rough as all hell. Yeah, that's the other thing I quite like about Firebot. I'm free to use all of my buttons without it having a cost and stuff as well behind the scenes. So like, I can still play it all on stream and stuff without it having to cost me anything. The gifts out of sync. Rip. Anyway. Actually, that might be a slight lie. I don't think it has the big stream notice at the minute because I was messing with it yesterday. So the actual big notification might not come up. The scroller will, but yeah. Anyway, where was I? Actually, I'll do expert first. Yeah, I can't resist messing with stuff. The reason why I was messing with the StreamYard stuff is because I had nothing to do last night with none of the stream stuff working. So it's like, I'm here to stream, but I can't stream. What can I do? I know, I'll mess around with my overlays. Because that's what I do. StreamYard overlays are pretty nice though. Yeah, in fairness, I mean that's the only reason why I have things like Mixer on Discord and stuff. Just because I was like, it's like I saw that everything wasn't working, and it was just, well, I can still get online. Some people clearly are streaming still, even though the quality and stuff in the chat's broken and things like that. So some people are actually still streaming. So what's going on? So yeah, it's like just started piling into community stuff. But yeah, the StreamYard overlays are quite nice. Just because like you can actually mix and match with other overlays and things as well. So if I do this, I've got time to kill, you see. So that bit I've just turned off is essentially like the stuff that I'm getting direct from StreamYard. So the StreamYard stuff is actually only the live update stuff, this. The rest of it is just stuff I've changed. Because I'm never content with things being how they are normally. I'm just so picky. I could leave it as that, but yeah. It's the same with the Fallout 4 stuff. It's like I went through and messed around with like the Fallout 4 overlay and things, just because it's like I like how it has like the live updates with the scrolls and things, but then I don't really like the particular layouts and stuff completely. I just went in and I was like, right now I'm going to change this, and this. I want it to be how I want it, damn it. Yeah, I've tried not to add too much. I mean, this is actually the Final Fantasy XIV stuff is probably the most stuff I have on screen, mainly because it's got the Discord bit. 'Cause I only really promote the Discord on here because I've got the Final Fantasy XIV bot running in Discord as well. So that's the only reason why I have that on here. But like for Fallout, it's literally just the follower count and the scroll bar, but it's yoink. But yeah, it's just laid out slightly differently. So it just has a big follower bar at the top with the goal next to it. I could, as for less would no doubt know about this, it's like I do have like things like a webcam and stuff that I could run on here. But it's I'm kind of starting to get to the point with stuff like that where I don't want to have too much on screen, if that makes sense. It's I kind of want like the main thing to be the game, and then like try and limit how much stuff's on screen. Like realistically, the only reason why I have this here is because it hides chat, you know? So it's like I have the space there to kill anyway. What would the big fella? But yeah, mainly because I don't have that same sort of, not exactly limitation as such, but mainly because I don't have like the same sort of thing to hide on Fallout. I can kind of minimize the amount of space it takes up. But yeah, it's I don't want to have too much stuff on screen at any one point in time. Trying to keep it nice and clean. Plus, no one really wants to see my ugly mug, let's be fair. My actual character name in game. I was vaguely trying to look at like general sort of, not so much role-playing names, but names that would actually match the race, so it wouldn't make it sound completely stupid. So like, I could have just had like my streaming name or something like that on it, which I have actually done in 14 in the past. But I was just like, well, I'm only ever going to be playing this one race. I might as well try and make it sound vaguely like it could be a part of the world. And sure enough, there is actually a NPC Odila in Rauga's Reach. So, you know. Yeah, I just kind of went off that. And yes, admittedly, the one thing that I will say I don't have anymore is dog cam. That's, in fairness, that's what the webcam started to become. It was like every time Murphy came into the room to see what was going on, they'd be like, "Oh, doggy's here." Move the webcam down to the dog. I actually started doing that with. I started doing that with Instagram recently. I've never bothered with Instagram so much, but I just decided to use Instagram primarily just to dump pictures of the dog on it. And like, I don't even really use it that much, but it's like, that's a nice picture of the dog. It's going up on there. But yeah, it was one of like the 20 billion things I did when I set up the stream. It was just like, I need this name, this name, this name, this name. It was like kind of like just reserving names. I was like, I'm not going to use Instagram really, but I was like, I'll hold the name just in case. And then all I've been doing is just using it to put photos of Murphy on there. As you do. In queue for 9 minutes and it's still over 50. Rip. Apparently every single DPS is trying to do expert roulette at the same time. I have seen some people get a live stream going off a like a GoPro and stuff. And in fairness, if Murphy actually even let me put anything on him, because it's like even when it's chucking it down outside, he doesn't let me. Like, I've bought him like a coat and stuff for when it's absolutely chucking it down. And he never lets me put it on because he hates having stuff like wrapped around him and things. So it's like I wouldn't even be able to put a thing on him that would allow me to have the GoPro on him. So it'd be completely pointless anyway. Because he'd just end up like trying to scrag it. It's like the last thing I need is a big dog trying to bite the crap out of a GoPro. Hey, it's actually updated, so we're number 46. Yeah, this is how you can depress yourself actually sometimes. If the number doesn't go down particularly fast, you just leave this screen open and you just slowly watch the number tick down as like various groups pop. It just becomes very depressing. But yeah, it's pretty nice for stuff like that, at least, because it gives you an idea. You will get caught out in it from time to time though. I have seen, even when it's like still in like a reasonably high weighting number, it's like every now and then there'll just suddenly be like a load of available groups, and it'll just pull a load of DPS all at once into different groups. It's like, it's always the DPS that get caught out because they'll go, right, I'm in a queue, I've got so many minutes to wait, I'll go AFK, and they'll come back and it's like, and you'll just have like the little notification in chat that says you didn't join the group in time. It happens more often than I would like. While I'm actually sitting here streaming and stuff, it's fine because it still means I'm just sitting and waiting. But yeah, it's like if I was ever like playing at the weekend or something, and I'm not paying that much attention to game, it happens. one of the someone who's posting in the community developers stuff for Mixer is talking about the fact that they only work in Ubuntu for work and stuff. It's a bold statement. I think Microsoft might not agree with that though. That's one of those where it's like, by all means you can use another OS. Just if you want to try and do some work on Microsoft's platform, don't be surprised if they go, well, you don't have Microsoft stuff, why should we help you? Come on. The expert stuff's quite fun as well, because it's not like hard content either, but it allows me to have actual use of all my skills, so you can mess around in them quite a bit. But yeah, my plan generally speaking is to kind of... I know. Hey, see, right, here's the thing, right? While I'm waiting for that. Got the top stuff, that's fine. I do still have... It's going to say I haven't got any of the gear on me now. But yeah, I do actually have a level 60 tank. I got rid of all the gear. It's sitting on retainers and stuff. So it's like I could finish leveling my tank and have like no queue times at all. And it's the same with, I do actually have a level 70 healer as well. But Red Mage got me hooked. Wasn't particularly expecting to bother with another DPS class as such, but yeah, I'll take the cues for being able to play with another fun class. Astrolugian's a lot of fun as well, in fairness. But yeah, it's not quite as it's never quite as fast as when you get to play with tanks, where it's like it's pretty much always instant Q pops. No, it didn't. For whatever reason, Samurai didn't particularly pull me in. I mean, I unlocked it, you know. I got to level 51. See, so I unlocked it and played it a little. But yeah, it just, for whatever reason, it just isn't particularly, it just didn't particularly grab me. I'd say at least not to the point where I bothered leveling it past that. It was kind of one of those where, it's like, I tried it. It did nothing for me. So I then went to try Red Mage, and that was it basically. And you see, clearly this guy's got the same idea with me, because he's got Red Mage as well. So we're just both Red Maging it up in here. The proper way to play. He must have just been outside of scatter range there. I don't think there would have been much in it. Boo, he died before I could do anything. It's the one thing I will say with casters, and I have a little more sympathy for how much black mages have been bitching over time. Because whenever you stop casting, it's like you just have to sit there. I see you, buddy. Good seeing you again, though, man. It's been a long time. And yeah, I will stick by saying that you can't use me as an excuse to not study. As fun as that sounds to have, I don't think they'll let you have that one. But yeah, thanks for popping in again, bud. It's been a long time. So yeah, take care. It's like, now I need more Red Bull. More. Realistically, I'm probably only going to stream until I've finished this dungeon. Anyway. Just mainly as I need to actually go off to be able to walk my dog before I go out this evening for this meal. So it's like I actually want to be able to give him a proper walk rather than having to cut his walk short. So you're not going to miss too much. The last one. Yeah, it's still not my fault. Totally not to blame. God damn it. Oh boy, this is gonna get a bit cozy. Coming through. that almost went horribly wrong. Da-da-da-da. Wow. Still hitting like a truck though. Yeah, that smashdown hits hard. I don't know why I'm checking the gear, to be honest. But I have no use for the gear in this now. Like, just because I'm on like the effectively what are the current top 2 tiers. It's like I don't actually need anything from in here. I'll allow it, buddy. It's not as if I'm going to say, no, you cannot eat. You must watch. I'm not quite that brutal. At least not yet. You know? I'm just not, I'm not diva enough. Wow, screwed that up. But yeah, no problem, buddy. Wow, they all just went straight for the healer. Poor healer. Hold them together, please. An excuse to clear the trash faster. Get rid. Yeah, we're early enough in the run where it's not going to have caused us any significant level of hardship to use the limit break on that point. It could have been a little bit more awkward, but eh. You need to use it to clear mobs at the end of the day. And you know, you might as well if you're being... You know, if you're wanting just to clear stuff, you might as well just use it, rather than it just sitting there. Realistically, I probably could get myself some gear from these different places, just to have them for you know, if I ever happen to want to like actually level another class at some point. Like, I suppose I could use them, but
I shall have to share these findings. Initiate soul extraction.
I love this mechanic. I was so confused when I had this the first time. I just like ended up just walking around in circles because I was just confused as to what I was meant to be doing. So yeah, it got confusing very quickly. Oh, god damn it! It actually managed to nab me.
The soul rebels.
It's fine. It moved me out the way. Oh, get there. There we go. But yeah, that confused me more than once, that mechanic. It's still fun though. He's pretty much already dead though. Not gonna last, well, more than the time it took me to finish the sentence, so... wasn't too much of a long fight, that one. Thank God. The tank went AFK at the end of that fight as well, and it was still, with nothing else, it kind of showed that they were holding their threat quite well. Because they went AFK for like the last minute or so of that. The thing with this, we can't exactly carry on without the tanks. Hey, here they are. I do like that you get to see the various main characters fighting and stuff alongside yourselves in this. This is, as I say, this is the nicer way to finish off the story. The actual final fight is the one that everyone bitches about. No, it's not a bad fight though, the trial either. Just that it's a little bit more taxing for, you know, for folks if they're not used to, like, not so much like hard raiding mechanics, but where things are a little bit like less forgiving time-wise and stuff on there. I think that's kind of what catches people out if they're just more used to playing the story side of things. Oh, screw it, they're fighting that lot first. But yeah, there's going to be an extreme version of that trial coming in 4.1. So that'll be interesting. Just watching people sweat over that. I can already hear the complaints. Should be good though. I'm quietly optimistic with some of the harder content that they're starting to put back in here. I mean, they haven't They haven't fully fleshed stuff out yet. And that's a lot of that is just purely based on they were just getting the expansion out the door. But yeah, now that especially because like for those people who play a lot, and I'm not even, I'm closer to like the sort of very active people in game. But you know, I don't play it as much as like some like the hardcore raiders or anything like that. That are like always like without fail playing all the time. But like even with that being said, it's like I'm still getting to the point where I'm topping out for like the top gear already. So it's like anything they can do to add like more variety in the content for that stuff, I am all for that. I thought I'd be able to get away with that. Not quite. Almost so.
Let this moment last forever.
Come on. There we go. This is like, pretty please just use the skills so I can move on. Good lord. Da-bum-bum. I was tempted to get his laugh from this as well to use for the soundboard. But I kind of felt that might be a little bit too much, along with using things like sloppy and stuff. Not that it's like the worst thing in the world, but... Ooh, hang on.
This is the end.
But yeah, whenever there's a lot of movement stuff, it can backfire royally.
Show me your
Ooh. Hey!
yes, yes,
Yes! Yes! Oh, wow. I did not think I was close enough for that to get wiped by it. Wow. That was painful as all hell. And I still haven't got a lot of health. What? Game, please. I suppose admittedly with that it did enough damage to where because I was still low on health. It it was to the point of where it was low enough to kill me anyway. Yeah. I'm still scary low on health. And the problem is that ether transfer is awfully high. So His attack is going to be a little bit nasty in a sec.
Have you the strength?
It's alright. This is gonna absolutely suck ass.
Power to transcend.
Luckily. The combination of healer and tank shields cancelled it to only half health. Deary me. That was with both shields active as well. That would have... It wouldn't have wiped us, I don't think, but it would have taken us down to like teeny tiny health levels. Good lord. That was painful. Oh, dearie me. And relax. Let's pass on these. Let them have that. I would have given that to the healer in fairness, had the healer not left already before I did that. Oh boy. That was a rough run. Really was. But got through it. Alright, come up on 5:30. Yeah, I'm probably going to finish here now actually. Because it just means I can actually go and walk my dog. So... Aww. Time to disappear. So yeah, I did start streaming earlier today to kind of compensate a little bit for me finishing early. But I also won't be on in what will be effectively 2.5 hours time for like my 8 to 11 PM stream. Mainly because I won't be here. I'll be out at a restaurant enjoying a family meal. But yeah, from tomorrow though, that'll be, yeah, assuming Mixer doesn't go down, please, then I'll be back onto those normal times now. So hopefully everything will be behaving itself from here on out. we can only hope. But yeah, I say thank you very much for watching anyway. And if I happen to catch your stream going live, Sinister, when I'm out with my phone, because I'm not 100% on if the app will pick up on it with me being out and about. But if it does, I'll make sure to host you. Either that or if I come back later on tonight. I'll try and grab you then. But yeah, as I say, have a good one, and I'll see you again soon.